we detected more than 85,000 unusual options on the S&P 500 ETF, SPY, last week, September 1st, Friday. And in this video, we will analyze this unusual options activity to determine whether this wealthy investor is bullish or bearish for the month of September, because it is historically the worst month for the S&P 500. You can see here from the Wall Street Journal, the monthly average performance since 1945, September has been the most negative. Now, there is another side to this statistic where there are expectations of a strong September because August has been down and the year-to-date gain has been more than 15%. Because historically, since 1950, there's 7 instances where this has happened. And within those 7 times, 6 out of the 7 has been positive with an average of 2.9% gain. That's a 86% win ratio here. And even more unusual is that since the year end from September 1st all the way till the end of that year, all 7 was positive with an average of 8.7% gain. That's a 100% win ratio here. Okay, so this is from sources from Fundstrat and Bloomberg. You can see this is some statistics that they did, but we want to focus on statistics, data from unusual options activities to see if that can confirm this statistic. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So what is this investor doing? We can see here from the options time and sales tape at 4:02, after the market had closed, they started trading these options. Okay, so the SPY ETF, you can trade this after the market closes. Not individual stocks, but the SPY ETF. I believe there's about 15 minutes you can still trade the SPYs and not for the other stocks. So that's what this investor is doing here and putting these trades in after the market closed. Okay, so they're selling the 432 strike puts and buying the 429 strike puts. And what does that mean? Is this investor going bullish or bearish? Right? So if they sell the 432 strike puts and bought the 429 strike puts, you can see that they collect $45 per contract, right? And when you analyze the trade, you can see that this is moderately bullish. You can see from the Greeks a positive 2 delta, not very high delta, so it's not very bullish, and the profits are capped. You can see because they are a net seller of options here, and because they are a net seller of options, there is a buying power that is required for this trade. You can see that the width of these put options, the spread here is $3. So $3 is $300 of buying power per trade of buying power to do this bull put spread. They're selling a bull put spread here. And since we know they did about 85,000, the value of this trade, buying power required, is $25.5 million. So a very large wealthy investor putting on this moderately bullish trade. And you can see that the SPY trading at 450 can drop to about 430 here. This is their break even here, right? As long as it doesn't drop below 430, they will be profitable at expiration. You can see the expiration line, the blue line here, right? Being profitable above the zero line here, which means it is profitable. Anything below that line is a loss, okay? So overall, you can see that then this investor is still leaning bullish. And that is what we are also doing. You can see that the Fibonacci level here that we drew in last week when we analyzed some unusual options on the SPY, 70,000 of them. This level here at 433, right? Unusually, that's very close to the put spreads that were being sold, the 432 here, right? So they believe this is strong support here, and that as long as the price doesn't drop below 432 or 433, these levels, very, very strong support here. As long as it doesn't drop below that level, their trade will still be profitable, right? And as we explained before, last week in our video, if it drops much lower, one way that these large wealthy investors are trading is they're putting on these butterfly hedges like this one. You can see that if SPY drops, the market drops, they will start gaining in value. Their trades will become profitable, right? These very cheap butterfly hedges that are $5 each will start to gain lots of profit, over 100%, 200, 300, 500%, right? This is tremendously high amounts in percentage wise. Being able to make $200 with just a $5 initial investment. So this is how we are also hedging our bullish trades. If you are one of our members, you know that most of our trades currently are bullish because we are generally more bullish at this time. Even going into September, we think we're more bullish, but we want to also hedge with this type of trade in case the market drops, because nobody can predict the stock market 100%. And so that's how we are trading, that we use different stocks to go long. We pick stocks that have good data supporting that the wealthy investors are going long on, and we get into these member trades. And if you're interested in these trades that we provide to our members, share our exclusive videos, join our membership, and you get immediate access to which stocks have this unusual options activity. And we also share our strategies with options on how we trade this based on the data. Okay, and if you are one of our members, keep in mind that while we are generally bullish and have more stocks going long, we are also going to be hedging to the downside with very cheap hedges, just in case the market does roll over to the downside. Okay, we always want to be prepared, because even though these hedges may cost money, they don't cost as much, because if the stock market goes higher, we'll be making a lot more to cover the costs of those very cheap hedges. So at the end of the day, we will still be profitable. And so we are willing to spend these very cheap amounts of hedges to protect us from the downside, because we know that if the market rallies, our long trades that we picked are going to do very well, because they also have the large investors backing that stock. And that's what we do. We share the data on that with our members. All right, so that is our analysis. Make sure to watch that video on this that we did last week, these 70,000. We'll put a link at the end. You can click on that to learn how this was done. And as usual, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell icon. You'll be notified whenever we detect unusual options activity. Until then, stay profitable and take care, everyone.